Have you ever slept for 8 hours, woken up, and still felt completely exhausted? Not physically exhausted, mentally exhausted, emotionally exhausted. Like even a simple task feel overwhelming. If that sounds familiar, you might think you are just tired. But what if it is something deeper? What if your body is not asking for more sleep, but your mind is begging for recovery? Burnout is often mistaken for ordinary tiredness. The problem is that while tiredness can usually be fixed with rest, burnout can't. And the longer you ignore it, the worse it gets. So in this video, we are going to explore 7 signs that you are burnt out, not just tired, and what they reveal about your mental and emotional health. So let's begin. Sign number 1. Rest does not make you feel better. When you are tired, rest helps. A good night's sleep, a lazy weekend, or even a short break can make a huge difference. But burnout works differently. You take time off, you sleep more, you try to relax, yet somehow you still feel drained. That is because burnout is not simply a lack of energy. It is the result of chronic stress that has been building up for weeks, months, or even years. Your battery is not just low, it is damaged. And charging it for one night is not enough. If you have been resting but never truly recovering, burnout may be the reason. Sign number 2. Everything feels difficult. Remember when simple tasks felt easy? Replying to messages, doing laundry, making dinner. Now even those things feel exhausting. You find yourself procrastinating on basic responsibilities. Not because you are lazy, but because your mental resources are depleted. Burnout steals your motivation. It turns ordinary tasks into mountains. And eventually, you begin avoiding things you used to handle without a second thought. If every small task feels heavy, your mind may be carrying more than it can handle. Sign number 3. You feel emotionally numb. One of the most overlooked signs of burnout is not sadness, it is numbness. You stop feeling excited about things. You stop looking forward to events. Even activities you once loved start feeling meaningless. It is as if someone turned down the volume on your emotions. You are not necessarily unhappy, you are just disconnected. Burnout often pushes the brain into survival mode. And in survival mode, emotional engagement becomes less important than simply getting through the day. If life feels colorless lately, burnout could be the hidden cause. Sign number 4. You are constantly irritable. Little things suddenly bother you. A slow internet connection, someone chewing too loudly, a simple question from a coworker. Things that normally wouldn't affect you now trigger frustration almost instantly. Why? Because burnout reduces your emotional tolerance. Your mind is already overwhelmed. So even minor inconveniences feel like major stressors. Many people don't realize they are burnt out because they assume they are just becoming impatient. But often, irritability is a warning signal that your mental reserves are running dangerously low. Sign number 5. You can't focus like you used to. Do you find yourself reading the same sentence over and over? Walking into a room and forgetting why? Starting tasks but struggling to finish them? Burnout affects concentration. The brain becomes overloaded from prolonged stress. As a result, memory, focus, and decision making begin to suffer. This is why burnout can sometimes feel like you are becoming less productive, less intelligent, or less capable. But that is not what is happening. Your brain is simply exhausted, and exhausted brain don't perform at their best. Sign number 6. You dread things you used to enjoy. One of the clearest signs of burnout is losing enthusiasm for things that once energized you. Maybe you loved your job. Maybe you enjoyed working on personal projects. Maybe you were passionate about hobbies, exercise, or spending time with friends. Now those same activities feel draining. You don't hate them. You just don't have anything left to give. This emotional withdrawal is often called detachment, and it is one of the hallmark symptoms of burnout. When the things that used to recharge you start feeling like obligations, it is time to pay attention. Sign number 7. You feel trapped. Burnout often creates a strange feeling. You know something needs to change, but you don't know how. You feel stuck in routines that drain you. You want rest, but you feel guilty taking it. You want change, but you don't have the energy to make it happen. It is like running on a treadmill that is moving faster every day. No matter how hard you work, you never feel caught up. This feeling of helplessness and being trapped is one of the strongest indicators that you are dealing with burnout rather than ordinary fatigue. If you recognize yourself in several of these signs, don't panic. Burnout is not a personal failure. It is not weakness. And it is definitely not laziness. It is often the result of carrying too much for too long, without enough recovery. The good news, burnout can be addressed. But the first step is recognizing it. So ask yourself, have you been treating burnout like tiredness? Or have you been listening to what your mind is trying to tell you? And if this video resonated with you, leave a comment below with the sign that hit closest to you. And remember, you don't have to earn rest. Sometimes rest is exactly what allows you to keep going. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.